guys. So I just picked up my new bike, brand new 2016 Fz-09. I got it from Liberty CC here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. They're so good to deal with. I hope this is working. I hope my mic is working. Anyways, so yeah, I'm taking it home. I just picked it up at the dealer, did a few kilometers, and now I've got an hour and a half drive home. So we'll see how she goes, and I'll comment on it. So it's got, like I said, I think it's got 20 kilometers now. When I picked it up, it had 1 kilometer because they had to test drive it after they inspected it. Anyways, let's get going. Let's get going. This is so much fun. Oh my god. It's so smooth. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about the background on this. Why I bought the Fz-09. What's my background on bikes and stuff. So I had dirt bikes when I was younger. I never really rode a road bike, and my first bike was a CRF 230. It was street legal, and I rode that for a little bit, and mostly in the trails. And then when I hit the road with it, I just found it wasn't enough, so I sold that and didn't know if I want a bike yet. So I switched to a side-by-side. Bought a Razor 800. That was fun, but I kind of missed the road and stuff. This is beautiful here. Woo! So anyways, I moved away. I moved in the beautiful province of Nova Scotia. I didn't take my side-by-side with me because I didn't have a space to store it. And to be honest, I was a little bit tired of it anyway, so I sold it. And I got here, I thought, you know what, maybe I want to do some trail a little bit again and some roads. I want to do both, so I'll buy a dual sport again. So I bought a CRF 250L. So I thought, you know, that this is going to be a win-win. I'm going to be able to go into trails, and it's a little bit more than my 230, and should be enough to go on the highway and stuff. Well, that didn't last long. I only kept that for one summer, and I didn't ride it that much. It was fun, don't get me wrong. Like I went on trail and stuff, and I liked it, but just when you got on the highway, it was like the bike didn't like it at all. So anyways, I kept it, and throughout the winter I started thinking, you know, what am I gonna do and all that. Put it for sale in the spring, and it didn't take long. I sold it, and I didn't know what I wanted. So anyways, I spent a couple months without a bike, and a buddy of mine told me, hey, I'm buying the Yamaha Fz-07. So I'm like, oh, what is that? He's like, it's you know, it's a naked bike. I'm like, alright. So I started looking it up, and I fell in love. Man, it was nice. So I started looking up reviews and all that, and next thing you know, I'm looking at the Fz-07 or 09. And I'm like, oh, there's the 09 too. So anyways, I did my research comparison. There's a lot of comparisons out there, right? On YouTube and anyways. And I said, hey, I'm really gonna have to test drive them before I make a decision, right? So my first step was to look them up on the internet, which is what I did, and did my research with insurance and all that. Now, it's not a big factor, but still something to keep in mind. Oh, sorry. The Fz-07 is a little bit cheaper on gas, cheaper on purchase, and cheaper on insurance. So I thought, you know what, I think the 07 would be a good fit for me. So my next step was to go to the dealership and sit on both. So I did. I sat on the Fz-07 and I was like, oh, this is nice, you know. And my buddy came with me and was like, man, look at your legs. Like I'm 6'3", 180 pounds, and my legs on the 07 was literally like this. Like they wouldn't be in the grooves where they're meant to be. So he said, sit on the 09. So I sat on the 09, and you know, as you can tell right now, it fits perfectly, right? So after thinking about it for a little bit, and you know, I sat on both, and back on the Fz-07 and back on the 09. So at that point, the 09 won, just because it was more comfortable for me, and you know, the sitting position was better for me. So I said, hey, last test's gonna be the test drive, and that's gonna decide. So they both won. They both won already. Oh, I didn't wait to the first one. Let's wait to the second one, and now he doesn't wait. So yeah, the first step, the 07 won. The second step, sitting on it at the dealership, the 09 won. Now I'm really gonna have to test drive them, right? So I look Yamaha, and they're having a test drive event. Perfect. Anyways, I call Liberty CC here in Dartmouth, and I make it to the event. I'll have a little bit of footage on it, and I test drove both. Unfortunately, Yamaha decided that we can't take GoPros on test drive events. So anyways, there was an incident, I guess, in Ontario or something, and they decided to completely stop it, like the filming while test drive. So anyways, I wanted to do a review as I was test driving them, but I couldn't. So anyways, I think I'll turn here, maybe not. Okay. So I started with the 07, and I was like, oh, this is fun, you know. And nice, it's got lots of power, obviously, with all the bikes I had with the two bikes I had in the past. Like those things has a lot more power than those, right? So I'm like, yeah, this has decent power, but the sitting position again was like, and it just felt weird. Like I felt like I couldn't choose where the bike wants to go. So I was like, all right, I don't know. And on the highway it was even worse. So we got on the highway at 110, and it was crazy. I was like shaking on it, and obviously it's a naked bike, but it didn't feel right. So I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe the 07's not for me. So then I hopped on the 09. Oh my god. It was so much fun. It was night and day. Like I told my friend, I'm like, man, after riding the 07, I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to bike anymore, because it wasn't the right bike for me. Okay, not saying that the 07 is not the right bike. Like, I'm sure there's people, and my friend has one and he loves it, right? And I'm sure there's people that it's gonna fit well, but for me it just didn't work. But the 09, oh man, it was like today. Like, you know, I can choose where it goes, and it's so nimble. Like, people will say, oh, the 07 is more nimble. If you're looking for a bike that's, you know, more flickable and all that, get the 07 instead of the 09. Well, for me it's the complete opposite. Like, I feel way more comfortable on the 09, and I can choose where it goes and all that. So anyways, blown away. So I took a few weeks and thought about it, and I made the decision. So Liberty CC got me a real good deal. They're so good to deal with, guys. If you're looking for a Yamaha in Dartmouth or in Nova Scotia, I'd say, just travel to Liberty CC in Dartmouth. They're awesome. There you go. I'll wave to this one. Yeah, made a friend. Everyone loves the 09. Look at the people. Oh, maybe they won't look. No, they didn't look. Oh well. So yeah, guys, so far 31 kilometers. This is so much fun. Alright, so keep in mind now, I don't have the road experience. I've rode way much in the dirt and in the trails than on road, and my road experience is on a dual sports bike, so completely different. It's not the best riding right now, but I'll fight my way through it. Hello. Oh, beautiful. This is so nice. Oh, so I didn't know if I was gonna pick up the bike today or not, and turned out the weather is beautiful, so I'm really glad I did. Really glad I did it. Is that guy a vlogger too? I'm completely new to road bike. I'm completely new to vlogging. Maybe this isn't even recording right now. Anyways, I'm having fun. That's the important stuff. Let's go towards the Colorado. Oh, I'm loving this. It's like everyone waves at each other. I'm not used to this. I live in a small town, so hesitated a little bit before buying this bike. Like I said, you know, I made my research, and sometimes I'll buy something when I'm thinking enough, but I think this one I really thought about it for a while, and you know, because when I got my CRF I test drove it first. I bought it used, good thing, because I sold it. But I test drove it first, and when I test drove it, like, the first 5 seconds was like, oh nice, I'm riding a bike, you know? And then right after that I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna be enough, you know? Like, am I really gonna like this? So I kind of convinced myself for a week, like, yeah, you know, 250 will be enough. It'll be good enough for that. And so I convinced myself and I bought it. And where I bought it was about half an hour from where I live. So I got my girlfriend to drive me there. Came back on the bike, and it was so painful. I was like, oh my god, but it was highway, right? So it's not meant for highway use, obviously. But anyways, when I was thinking about buying the Fz-09, I thought, you know what, like, maybe I'll just get tired of it like I did with the 250, and that really scared me, because first of all, there's not many Fz-09 out there secondhand for sale, so pretty much the only option I had, and the color I really liked was the all black. Like, the forks are black, everything's black on this bike. It's so nice, and I really like that. And if I was gonna buy a used one, then I wouldn't have the color I wanted. So I'm like, okay, I'm really left with buying a new one. Now, it's a lot of pennies, so you gotta think about it, right? So I was like, if I buy it brand new, I spend that much money, and I end up selling it after a year, or, you know, couple years, I'll lose money and I'll be disappointed in it. So there were two voices in my head. One was saying, you only live once. The other one was saying, be reasonable, be responsible. You'll sell this bike in 1 year. It's not worth it. Follow the voice saying, you only live once. And I've been riding this bike for what, an hour now? Not an hour. And oh man, does it feel good. And at no point in this hour have I looked at the clock. This is why I can't tell if it's been an hour or not. I haven't looked at the clock. I haven't even looked to see where I'm at. I haven't looked at the trip meter. It's like, I just ride and I love it. I can go, I feel like I could go for hours, right? And that is one thing I forgot to mention when I did my research. I saw one guy touring on the 09 strictly naked. He did a little vlog, anyways. I read it, and he's got pictures on there. Like, he didn't put any windshield, he didn't even have a saddlebag, he didn't change the seat like many people are saying. He just went, and first thing he did when he bought the Fz-09, he went for a road trip. And I thought, you know, maybe I can do that. And it's been something that I've been wanting to do too, like discover a little bit more and go for longer trips. And so, but I was thinking maybe when I'm older, right, I'll get a decent touring bike or whatever. And then I look at this guy and I'm like, oh, you know, maybe the Fz-09 can do those things, right? And if you did it strictly naked, imagine if I had a little windshield, not not for always, because I don't necessarily prefer to look with the windshield, but you know, when I want to go touring, add the little windshield, add the saddlebag, maybe change the seat. But honestly, I feel good in the seat right now. I'm wearing bicycle shorts though under my pants, so they're padded and I think it helps. But I've been riding for an hour and the seat is fine for me. Yeah, so I might be doing a little bit of touring, who knows. Even though the 09 is not a touring bike, you don't have to tell me that, I know that. But some people use it for a touring bike, and I might do the same, you know, once in a while. An airplane. Rocket. Rocket. I hope the angle is good on my camera. I hope you're not just seeing the ground right now, or not seeing like the bike. Anyways, I'll get better at vlogging, guys. Don't worry about that. Just gotta, like everyone says, subscribe below. Subscribe, and I'll try to do a couple vlogs once in a while. Give you updates on the 09. I'm not planning on any mods yet. I'll feel the bike as it is. I'll see how it goes. I just gotta buy riding gear. I borrowed my my friend's jacket, and my helmet is kind of iffy, so. It's a dual sports helmet, so I might change that. My gloves are okay, I think, for summer riding. I might get other ones for like when it gets a little bit colder. I should definitely buy pants too, padded pants. Because I'm happy clap alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap alone if you feel like happiness is for you. Happy, happy, happy. Yeah, this is so fun. You know, they say money don't buy happiness. Well, it sure did this time. Let's ride in the passenger seat. See how that feels. I said my woman's gonna like this. She's gonna want to go for a ride. Already. It's gonna be the first fill up on the Fz-09. I'm gonna put the Supreme in that. Alright guys, I think this video is gonna be long enough for now. I'm gonna cut it at that. I'll be making other videos of this beast. I'll be making videos of the test ride day if you're interested in that. I'll be making another walk around video a little bit more in depth, and yeah, so make sure to subscribe, comment if you have any suggestions or questions, and we'll see you later. Thanks guys.